Hello friends, this video we're going to be talking about the Rugged American Rifle. Rugged American Rifle designed this one in order to compete with the Savage line. For the price that you pay for this one, you're going to be able to accrue 1 minute of angle accuracy. The colors that this one is going to be available is going to be black, flat dark earth, or khaki as I prefer to call it, olive drab green, or just ranger green, or just green. You also have it on camo colors, some of them. And I've seen some gray ones and some other patterns that people just spray paint them all over. The caliber that is going to be available is going to be for the short action is going to be the 243 loved and venerated by hunters. You're gonna have it in 223, 6.5 Creedmore, which is this one is a wind cheater, low recoil. It's really very easy to shoot. This is the one that was chosen. And finally, the 308 for the long action calibers. You're gonna have the 3006 for big game and 270. 270. One of the features that make this one a very marketable rifle, the stock is gonna be a synthetic molded. It's gonna have a big block that's going to allow you to attach the action toward the big block. Come on, stop. And then that way you will never lose the torque specification upon your rifle. On the back of it is going to have a pad. It's going to be similar to hockey pads for what the catchers in baseball wear. This is going to help you reduce the recoil. This stock is going to be very grippy on the front, and even on this position. It's not a tactical angle, but this is for hunting. This was what was designed from the beginning. It's going to have the 2 swivel stocks for your sling installation or your rifle when you're going to be zeroing, or you just want to take a more accurate shot. The safety is going to be a 10 safety. On the top is going to have the 2 position fire forward, safety to the back. When you put it on safety, it's going to allow you to unload your rifle, but it won't allow you to take shots just in case you're going to be needed to transport it. The trigger, it is the so-called Ruger Marksman trigger. It is adjustable from 3 to 5 pounds for very accurate shot. This is a very similar trigger with a blade used by Savage rifles. If you do not press the blade, you won't be able to take the shot. Obviously, if you put it on fire. The bolt action is a 1-piece 3-lock that is going to this way. You can tell it's really beefy. It's built like a military rifle. On the front, it's gonna have a 3-lock. This is easier for fitting, better fitting mechanism and better alignment compared to the 2 bolt locks. That's what some people they debate if it's better 3 or 2, but you know it's up to. I haven't noticed any advantage. The 3 over 2 is just a preference. On the top, when you cycle the action, it's going to have a silver blade, that is the cogging indicator that is already being cycled. The kind of magazine, the fitting mechanism is going to be the detachable box magazine. This kind is going to be what is it called? I forgot the name. The flush feed. It goes all the way in. It's not going to be getting caught. It's not going to be snagging or something. The capacity when you're using the 6.5 Creedmore is going to be 4 on the magazine plus 1 on the chamber. The barrel, it is a cold hammer barrel technology used for. The length is going to be a 22 inches long. This is excellent for hunting, and it's going to give you some really good muzzle velocity out of it. However, it's not a threat. If you ever have the itching for a suppressor or a muzzle brake to make shooting like nothing, then you're going to have to pay for it. Outstandingly, and I was surprised, this is a 5R technology inside the rifling, which is what the snipers and really long range rifle they will be currently using. For the 5R, you're going to have to pay some extra money. The stock, even though it's a very cheap stock, it's just a synthetic molded stock. You're going to have what I call the 100 feature. If you slide a bill in between, you're going to be able to slide it all the way to the back. Without interfering, without touching the barrel. That's it. I think I got it this time. You got it multiple. The The scope that is going to be mounted on this rifle is going to be the made by Vortex. Is the Crossfire 3x9x40, which means the magnification is going to start at 3x, crank it up to 9, and then the objective length is going to be 40 millimeter. This is a second focal plane. If you're going to be taking shots with this rifle, you're going to have to crank it up when you see your game or your target to 9, so your point of impact is going to be aligned with what you're seeing through the lenses. Not all the lenses are going to be aligned in the same plane. That's why you have to crank it all the time. However, if you have it on 3, magnification is going to give you the widest field of view for hunting purposes. On the back, it's going to give you the adjustment for the reticle. This is when you're going to be zeroing your rifle at 100 yards. When you play with this, you're going to want to make the reticle as sharp as possible with a white background. On the side, it lacks the parallax adjustment turrets or knobs. This is when you're going to be switching range from 100, 200, 400, and you're going to come back. If you don't have the parallax adjustment turrets, it's going to get a little bit blurry, but for hunting purposes, you're not going to be taking 1 minute of angle accuracy shots. You just want to aim within the thorax of the animal, and then you're going to take your shot. The adjustment is going to be made in a quarter minute of angle, which is really accurate, either for elevation or windage deflection. You're going to have to remove the caps, and then see, there you go. You just get a flat driver or a coin, and you do the corresponding adjustment. The covers that will come is the traditional cheap bikini cover. They'll just do the job for hunting purposes. You don't need a heavy duty something like that. The improvement that you can do once you receive the rifle from the factory, obviously these are mass-produced rifles. I would highly recommend you to fully disassemble it and then check for specifications on the screws on the bolts. Since you're going to be screwing a metal on metal, the V bases onto the action, you can screw it all the way to 60, 65 pounds per inches without being concerned about bending or damaging, as long as you're not going to be touching the barrel won't be touching the action, so always verify on it. Another thing to consider, if you're using a big rifle caliber like 270 30-06, you might have the itching for the suppressor or the muzzle brake. You're gonna have to pay a gunsmith to do the threading, and then it's gonna help you with the muzzle brake reducing a recoil. If you also want to take it to a maximum level and an overkill, you can also install a suppressor where states or countries where it's legally authorized or to own. Don't squeeze the stock. This is not like a really heavy duty. If you squeeze the stock hard, you're gonna touch the barrel, so it's going to affect your accuracy. For bolt removal, you're gonna have to press on the back. You have like a long bottom, and then there you go. You're gonna have to press it. So that's the way you can remove it for cleaning purposes, or when you're gonna be bore sighting before you take it to the range. I would highly recommend you, once you buy, go to Ruger.com, register it for any maintenance or any recall you're gonna have to do for any previous version, and also you can look up the year that was made based on your serial number information. All right, friends, this is all I have to share with you for this video. Thank you so much for your time, for sharing, for following. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe about Mind-Minded People. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you all.